What we have here are something called a complex rational expression. Basically a fraction divided by a fraction. Fractions everywhere. And one way that I like to deal with these problems are eliminate the fractions or kill the fractions. So what I'm going to do is introduce a little bit of a clever trick here. And what it is I'm going to multiply this fraction. Remember, you can multiply any fraction by the number 1 and it doesn't change the value of that fraction. But what is your choice is you can determine what kind of a number 1 you want to do it. Or what kind of a clever version of a 1 will you do. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose a version that helps me that will take into account all the denominators in the problem. I have a 3, a 5, and a 3. So I want to find out what's the lowest common denominator that a 5 and a 3 will go into. And that's a 15. So what I'll do then is I'm basically going to multiply this equation by a 15 over 15. And that's a clever version of 1. 15 divided by 15 is 1. 15 over 15. But what I might change just a little bit, just to help us multiply fractions, well, actually, I'm just going to leave it like that. 15 over 15. I'm going to put parentheses around those because this 15 over 15, this 15 is going to be multiplied all the way in. So let's take 15, multiply it by 1/3. I get 15 over 3. I get a 5 plus 15 times 2/5 is a 6. In the denominator, a 15 times a 2/5 is a 6. Take away a 15 times a 1/3, which is a 5. And I'm left with 5 plus 6, all over 6 minus 5, which is 1, or just 11. So my final answer is 11. Once I found out what the clever version of 1 was, or my fraction killer, it kind of made the problem bail out. Or kind of made it seem like, there wasn't much to it. All right, let's look at a couple more.